Okay, so I am wanting to check the sound. This is a brand new microphone and I've never used it before. Would you please just type in really quick yes and let me know if you can hear me? Hi everyone, my name is Tammy Anderson Ward. I'm the conference producer for the upcoming energy healing conferences. And we've been doing these conferences since 2014. We've traveled around to multiple states and it's our passion, it's our mission, it's our objective, our goal to educate, inspire, inform, empower people when it comes to energy healing. We want people to learn the truth about the science, the evidence-based, and let people know about the options that they have depending on where they are in the world and their interests and their desires and their passions. So what I want you to do is, first of all, let me know, can you hear me okay? So that would be like a quick yes in the comments. Let me know if you can hear me. Hi, Shelly, how are you? Can you hear me okay? Is my sound quality okay? Just checking out this new microphone. Yes, okay, good. Thank you so much. Okay, so the question that I have for you is, for anyone who's on right now, is are you interested in affordable or free options when it comes to learning about energy healing? Okay, so are you interested in affordable or free options with energy healing? Okay, now, and I also would love to ask the question, who are the type of people that you would most like to learn from? Is it somebody who has experience, who has credibility, credentials, and experience with doing this kind of a thing? Would you like to talk to the scientists and the researchers who've been doing the data collection on all of this and actually have that information? Is that the type of information that you are interested in learning from? Maybe it's not you that is considered a skeptic, right? Maybe it's somebody in your life that it works, but that you want them to know that it works, so you want to be able to hook them up with the information, right? So that's my first question for you, and we're going to be talking about all of the different resources and options and different ways that you can do that, whether you're a beginner or whether you've been around the block or two, and you're just coming into this awareness of all of the research and the abstracts that have been written and the studies and the articles and all the things, right? So I happen to be aligned with an organization, and we'll be talking about two different organizations that will be able to empower you with a lot of that information. So it doesn't matter what kind of modality that you're interested in learning or that you have learned or that you've been doing sessions with, it really doesn't matter. One of those will fall into one of those categories. So stay tuned. I'm going to give you those resources in just a minute. But before we do, I want to go ahead and just offer some gratitude today for the people who are in our circles here. We call you all of our energy healing family. I'm so thankful for you and also for sharing the videos that we do here. We try to do them every Friday. Last Friday I ended up with the stomach flu. I'm human, right? And I ended up not feeling super well, so I went ahead and allowed myself to take a break and heal and get better from that. So thank you for your grace there. I today am having on three of our speakers, our experts that are going to be coming in and we're going to be doing a spotlight with them to help you know a little bit more about some of the experts that are going to be coming to our next conference, and also some of the ways that you can connect with them as well. And I also want to be talking about one of my favorite all-time natural products that has been something that I personally have absolutely loved. And so we're going to be talking about that, and I want to give them a shout out as well. So we're going to do all of this and more tonight. Where are you guys joining me in from, and what modalities have you experienced, whether you're on the side of the consumer, the person who's coming in as the client, or that you've learned, that you've become certified in or trained in, those type of modalities that you've been learning. I'd love to hear about those. You can drop those down in the comments and join in the conversation. We'd love to have you just join in. Okay, so let me go ahead and take a quick moment to do a shout out, and then we're going to also do a giveaway. This is for a product that I use probably, I would say, at least a few times a week. That is the product called the Miracles Salve. And it's called the Miracles Salve because it has done some really cool things over the years that it's been around. And you can find these guys along with a link on our website under our Trusted Partners page. I'll go ahead and drop a link in the comments here also so that you can see it. But this one right here, this is called Miracle Salve. It has a great, I'll go ahead and drop the affiliate link right there because that's going to give you a deal. It has a great blend of natural salves and whatnot. And when I order it, you guys, I order these little ones because I give these to my kids so they have their own individual one. And I also order these big ones as well. As a foot zoner since 2013, this is what I prefer to use when I'm working with someone based off of what people prefer to use. It just slides, it glides really well, but it's also very healing for the skin. It has almond oil, sunflower oil, vitamin E oil, beeswax, comfrey root, lobelia, mullein, and Oregon grape and plantain. So you can get a good size container like this, or you can also give these as, sample packs or whatever you want to call it. To clients, or like I have 8 kids, so we buy a whole bunch of these. I just got a box and got a whole bunch of these, and I was pulling out my box and I thought, oh my goodness, I should do a giveaway for these. I haven't talked about this for a while. My daughter, who gets eczema and different things like that from time to time, she loves this stuff and uses this. Anytime my kids get like a cut or a burn or a rash or something like that, this is what we go for. Definitely really good for burns though. I don't share pictures anymore, but I did happen to have a experience with one of my sons who he accidentally lit himself on fire, and we used Miracle Salve to cover over his burn, and then we put saran wrap over the top of it, and it just healed it up so quickly. We've also used this for other things as well, but that one, to me, with hardly any burning at all, or any scarring, I should say, with that burn, it just really showed me just how powerful this stuff really is. So it's called Miracle Salve. You can get it at the link that I just shared there. You can also find other products and services found on our website, which is energyhealingconference.com, and just scroll down to where it says Trusted Partners page. We've got some great deals there that people can join in on. And I'm actually going to go ahead and do a Miracle Salve that I'm going to send out with one of my all-time favorite blends. I'm going to mix it together into a spritz and also with an oil roller so that you can go ahead and mix that in and then use it on you. This particular blend is called Heart Song. Has anybody ever used this blend? Heart Song is really, I think, one of those things that it just kind of lets you feel a higher vibration in the heart. It's like a healing heart oil. And can I get it open? No, I cannot. Not today. All right, well, we'll go ahead and do the Heart Song. And I think I'll go ahead and put in some other blends that work well. Also, this one here is called Sunburst. And it has a bunch of citrus oils in it: citronella, grapefruit, lemon, lemongrass, orange sweet, spearmint, and tangerine. Is absolutely marvelous smelling. So I'm going to put together this little kit, and that's who's going to get this first giveaway, along with a pair of tickets to our upcoming Logan conference. So if you're interested in coming to that, how I'm going to have you go ahead and enter into that is go ahead and share with me a modality that you are interested in learning or that you have been participating in. I am absolutely so excited to find out more about what you guys are interested in. We have had all different types of modalities presented at our conferences, designed in a way to empower the people who are in the classes so that when they go home, they not only have the education, but they feel a little bit more competent in the tools that they're using. Of course, you're not going to learn an entire modality in 45 minutes at the classes, right? But what you can do is you can get a good start and really get some good tools in your tool belt. That's what I call it. And so that you can go ahead and do that. So if you are interested in getting in on this prize pack, at which I'll be shipping out to you tomorrow morning. I've got a whole bunch of packages ready to go out tomorrow morning. You can go ahead and just drop some comments down here in our feed so that we can interact with you. Now, if you're on YouTube, I'm going to see your comments here, even though the people on Facebook might not see them, or if you're commenting on Facebook and the people on YouTube can't see them. We're across a whole bunch of different platforms right now. So we are absolutely, don't worry, I can see them all. So we're good. So go ahead and drop some comments down here with me, and then we're going to go ahead and chit chat about those, and then we'll go ahead and do some awesome stuff. I also wanted to let you know about some of the other opportunities that we have coming up available for you. One of them is a free Reiki summit. It's going to be an online summit called Reiki Connect. Reiki Connect is going to be a very unique summit, meaning that we are not just bringing in Reiki practitioners. We're going to be bringing in a panel of scientists. We're going to be bringing in medical doctors who utilize Reiki in their practice, cardiologists, people who do surgery, a variety of surgeons. We're also going to be bringing in, oh, good. Thank you, Mary. That's so good to know that as well. People from across the country too, not just people here in my local area. Some of you may be already acquainted with the fact that Reiki is practiced in hospitals, mainly on the East Coast, but all across the nation, East and West Coast alike. And you can even start to ask and request Reiki practitioners to be able to come in pre-surgery and post-surgery, because it's a proven scientific fact now, because of all of the data and research that's been done, that people who have pre-Reiki sessions, pre-surgery and post-surgery, are more, their recovery is a little bit easier, and their stress levels are, it's a game changer. And I have to tell you, I had surgery last September, and in that surgery, they're doing they're putting your hair up, and they're like cleaning you up, and your anesthesiologist is talking to you. And I'm thinking, this is exactly why Reiki would be so useful to people pre-surgery, because Reiki is a stress release. It's a stress relief tool, relaxation tool. And I'm so excited that people all the way from age 5 all the way up can learn how to do it. In fact, there was a gal on the beach in Bear Lake. One of my kids had stubbed their toe on a rock at Bear Lake, and this cute little 5-year-old girl came right up, and she gave my little girl a kiss. She kissed her fingers, and then she put it on her owie, and she said, "Here, let me do Reiki to it." And she put her hands out and she started doing Reiki on my daughter. And I was like, yes. It made me so happy to know that that was happening. It was so cool. So the Reiki Connect is going to be a free online summit. Just here's the thing. We're making it completely free to the first people that get in, because we only have room for about 100 people to join in live. And then after that, it will be available to people for a small fee, but it is going to be completely free. So the reason why I'm telling you that right now is, if you are interested in that, you're going to be wanting to watch our Facebook page and your email, if you're on our email list, really closely over the next day or two, because we're going to be sending out that registration. And remember, again, there's going to be no charge. It's absolutely free. And you'll be able to join in and ask questions to the panelists and everything. And that's going to be happening on March 21st to the 24th. And so we're going to be doing 3 hours each day. at various different times. So you'll want to make sure that you get that on your calendar. Now, I've had the question asked, if you're a Reiki practitioner and you're already attuned and certified and you're already doing it as a profession, is that something that could benefit you? And my answer is yes, absolutely. And just so you know, there are thousands of different varieties of Reiki out there. It just depends on where you got your training from, what the lineage is going down, and how they practice it, because it's practiced in different ways. So just letting you know that. I would recommend it also if you are a lay person that's wanting to learn how to do Reiki as well, or if you only have level 1, or if you want to get another level up, or if you want to learn a different type of Reiki. I do know Reiki practitioners who are certified and trained in several different modalities of Reiki. Okay, so let's talk for just a second. Is this like interesting to you guys? Do you want to learn more about this? Janetta's saying, I have my Reiki level 1. Mary, thank you so much for all of your comments here and your suggestions for the modalities that you have participated in and that you're wanting to learn more about. I really appreciate your comments as well. So thank you so much. And Angel, isn't it so awesome? I'm so excited too. Kim Shirtliff says, I can't wait for the day that energy medicine is practiced in all hospitals. Girl, that day is coming. It really is. I mean, this medical doctor that's going to be starting us out for our Reiki Connect Summit, he's been doing Reiki for over 30 years, as long as he's been a medical doctor. So for those people who are really interested in the science of it, I want to share a couple of pieces of information that I think would be really helpful to you. Okay, so one of them is this particular organization. Write this down if you're all about learning about free resources or affordable resources to learn about energy healing. The NCCOEP, I'm a board member for them, and I absolutely love this organization. Every single person who serves has so much heart. And I want to just show you also that right on their website, this bibliography page, you can go and read over 15,000 articles full of all different types of data and research. These are from scientists who do this. Most of them on the board have not just one PhD, but a whole alphabet of letters behind their names. And then there's me. I'm like, a mom of 8 from Utah that just really feels so absolutely connected to the mission of getting this information out there. If you yourself are a practitioner and you're very interested in furthering the work and you'd like to learn how to do the research, this is another link I think that would be very, very good for you to check out. So write these all down. These are so good. The NAOEP.org, it has a different mission than the NCCOEP. So those are two organizations that I've aligned with, that I tell people about all the time, just because I want people to have, the information and the education and just to have it right there, But I also do the same kind of things with my conferences. If you've ever been to our conference, our tickets are ridiculously affordable. They're so affordable, and they're so they're great because you can go to a conference. It's not a $300 or $400 ticket. You're going to come, you're going to pay probably under $50 for the entire conference. And if you go to a class that you don't love, you have a whole track of classes that you can choose from. So you can go to the ones that really appeal to you the most. And then, of course, we have usually dozens and dozens of vendors that you can check out and find out more information about them. I'm going to go ahead and drop a link down here in the comments for all of you so that you can check out the information for our next upcoming conference. This one here is going to tell you about the Logan conference. And I have about 10 tickets that I can give away for free, 100% free. There's no strings attached today. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it into a pair of 2, because I myself, when I go to events like this, I usually like to have somebody with me, whether it's a spouse or it's, a girlfriend or one of my adult daughters or, somebody else. I like to go with someone I don't know. I'm just like that. Sometimes we divide and conquer during one breakout session, then we come back or whatever. But this particular conference, there's going to be so many different varieties of speakers. You can find out all of them on this link here. But if you're interested in getting a free ticket, what I'm going to have you do is put the words free ticket down in the comments. The first 5 people to say free ticket in the comments, we're going to go ahead and hook them up with a pair of tickets. So again, all you have to do is put free ticket. We'll get you connected. You're going to want to watch your inbox because we're going to go ahead and message you the link that you click on to claim that with your registration. Again, it's totally free. You just have to put that in. We don't take your credit card number or anything like that. Okay. It's just a way for us to be able to, confirm your registration so that you can come. So it looks like I've got Marie is our first pair of tickets. So that's 2 tickets for you. So be thinking of who you might want to bring. Janetta, you've got a set of 2 tickets as well. Lori Chapel Rupp, I would love to see you again. Come give me a great big hug, okay? That you're our number 3 winner. Teresa Larson, we're going to put you down for our 4th pair of tickets as well. Kim Shirtliff, girl, you got it. 2 free tickets for you, 1 for you. And who are you going to bring with you? I'm curious. Cynthia, I know I said 5, but I'm going to go ahead and hook you up with 1 more. For those of you who just won a pair of free tickets, what I'd love to have you do next is go ahead and tag someone that you think would be interested in either going with you or somebody that you think might be able to. Maybe you'd like to carpool, or maybe you'd like to, have them come along with you. This one is going to be really unique in the fact that we are doing it at a local high school. We'd like to find ways to give back to the community. We are going to have a lot more room. It's going to definitely help us to be able to continue with our affordable options. And it feels really good because we can give back to the community in that way as well. So I'm super excited. All right. So thank you guys so much for letting me offer those free goodies as well. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose somebody up here who was talking about, Marie, is it Mary or is it Marie? I think it's Marie. I'm going to go ahead and hook you up as my grand pack winner today for the Miracles Salve and the oil kits I'm going to be putting together with the Heart Song and the Sunburst. I just really felt a lot of love coming through from you today and a lot of support. And I just want to say thank you so much and congratulations. And I appreciate you so much. So I'm going to go ahead and hook you up as the winner. We will need you to go ahead and send me a private message on Facebook with your mailing address so that I can ship that out to you tomorrow. Yes, absolutely. Congratulations. I'm so excited to have you here on our page. We really appreciate you. Okay. I also would love to tell you guys about a few more options that I feel like are just really important. One of the things that I like to do as the conference producer of the energy healing conferences is I like to make it so that people can get in on the things that are affordable, accessible, and really, really valuable for their area of wanting to learn. Okay, and so that's why we here at Hope Haven Events created some really fabulous resources for you to be able to learn. So I want to tell you about just a couple of them, and then I'm going to go ahead and bring on our first guest speaker. This one here, this link is going to go ahead and take you right to our course page. One of the courses that's found there that you can do live, it's like all on demand. It's called our Kids Energy course. And even though it says it's $75 on our website, it is right now. If you click on that and purchase that tonight, it is going to be available for only $25. And this is a series of short videos put together by my kids and myself. And they're designed with kids in mind. So they are put together into short bite-sized tutorials on how to do our favorite energy work techniques. You're going to find really awesome techniques to learn how to do meditation for kids. Also, things like the power of your thoughts, how to release stress from a kid's perspective, how to set up your own energy boundaries. That's very empowering, especially if you have kids in your life that are empaths. We also talk about doing heart messages, and my daughter still does heart messages to me every day. Of course, older people can learn from the kids' energy course as well, but it's really designed with kids in mind. So you're going to see me out in nature. This was done over the course of an entire year. And actually, this was done back when I had short red hair that was spiky. So even though I look way different, it's still me, right? You're also going to get downloadable workbook pages that will be sent to you with each one of the videos. So the videos are put together in short bite-sized ones, and then they're put together so that you can like actually do them. So all of the PDFs are coordinating with the videos, things like vision boards, even drawing your motions out, doing the write and rip. There's so many things in here. So this has been such a labor of love. My family and I, like I said, created it over a year's time. And I have kids all the way from ages 7 all the way up to 23. I even have a couple of grandbabies. And my family has been so blessed over the years to learn so many of these techniques. And I just feel really deeply grateful to be able to offer this to you for only $25. That's the kids energy course. Now, I would like to go ahead and do a giveaway for that right now. So if this is something that you just feel really interested in, maybe you're a daycare provider or a school teacher, or you serve kids and you want to be able to be empowered with some of these techniques so that you can teach them and empower them. I want to go ahead and do one for someone who, you serve kids, so who's on right now that serves kids? If you'd like to be entered as a scholarship recipient for the kids energy course, I'd love to have you enter right now. Just share with us, the thing that you're looking for or what you do to serve kids. So you can also nominate someone. I'm going to be going ahead and doing the awarding that course scholarship at the end of our time together today. And we'll be on from 5:30 till 7. So that'll be all the way up till just before the 7 o'clock. Right on the dot, we'll be going ahead and doing that announcement. So please go ahead and you can nominate someone, or you can also nominate yourself as well. Joy Beck, hello, girl. How are you? She says, I already have this course and it's fantastic. Yes, you do. You serve kids all day long. A school teacher for 27 years. So thankful for you, my friend. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and bring on somebody who is near and dear to my heart also. She's been my best friend for more than half my life. And this is Kristen Hicks. Those of you who've been to our conference before, you've seen her in action. You know who she is. Today, she's going to be joining us and talking a little bit more about Reiki. And we were talking about it earlier, and I'm so excited for her to be able to have an affordable option for those of you who'd like to learn it before the summit. You can get in on that right away. So I'm going to go ahead, without further ado, bring her right on.
Hey,
how are you?
I'm still home. Not driving to you yet.
That's okay. That's okay. I'm so glad that you are safe wherever you are. So that's good.
Yeah. Well, and it worked out because I have Wi-Fi. So
yes, you do. I love it. Okay, so I'm going to have you go ahead and tell everybody a little bit more about how you got introduced to Reiki, about what it might do for them, and then also please share with them how they can get in on learning it from you this week as well.
Sweet. Awesome. Okay, so I guess Reiki came to me quite a long time ago when I was kind of searching for some natural healing modalities to help get myself kind of out of my funk. And I had breast cancer back in 2013. And so one thing that I always realized growing up is my grandmother, she would massage my hands, and she would do this thing where she'd come down and massage my hands, and she'd, flick this energy away. And as I was growing up, my whole childhood and like into my adult life, I would have, my husband like rub my hand, and I would tell him, no, it doesn't feel right if you don't flick it at the end. And I never really understood why that happened or what was going on. And what I later learned about energy is that it's actually palpable and you can start feeling it. And so what we're going to do is we're actually going to teach you guys how to do level 1 Reiki and level 2 Reiki. So there's a little tiny bit of a difference. And if you don't understand the terminology, we're going to just put it to you in really layman's terms. So if you just want to practice and know Reiki for just the basics of it, you'd want to do a level 1. And level 1 is really great. You can kind of use it on yourself and you understand hand placement a little bit, and you understand how to feel it, right? The foundations of it. But once you go to level 2, what happens is we start incorporating other sacred things and different images and different symbols that we get to use in different words. And so it's kind of an awesome opportunity to combine vibration of speaking with also being able to palpably feel what's going on, and then also being able to work with someone that can give you feedback with hands-on. So if you're not quite understanding what you're feeling, or if maybe you're having a hard time breaking through a barrier, we're able to really help you in that moment. And so we have quite a few people that have their level 1 and level 2 and are super excited about coming and joining me and helping as many people as we can teach to do this. And I think it's just an awesome opportunity. I have always felt like it is something that is near and dear to my heart, and it's provided a lot of comfort and a lot of healing over my lifetime. And so when I do classes like this, I try and make it super affordable. And so for this upcoming class, I know Tammy has a link for you guys and all the graphics, and she's going to post that for you guys. But what we're going to do is for March 14th and March 15th, we are going to do level 1 on the 14th and level 2 on the 15th. And what that'll do is that'll give you your level 1 certification. So you'll get your certificate, you'll get your books, and I'm going to have a soul cake chef come and cater the meal for us. So you'll have a full meal. It's from 4 p.m. to 8:30. And it's, like I said, it's super, super affordable. I want to say if you're a VIP client, or if you've been a client in the past of mine, I want to say it's like $140 or less. I don't have the paper in front of me because I'm trying to get out of here and come to Utah. But so it's like $140 or less for the level 1, and level 2 is I think like maybe $20 more, and that's just to make sure I cover all your books and all your stuff. So in the space that we need to rent. Other than that, I try not to really charge for the teaching of it because I really believe it's such a sacred energy and I love it so much. So that's kind of why I do it the way I do it. And I know I'm totally different than most practitioners and pretty much everything I do. So yeah, that's kind of why I'm doing it that way. So 4 p.m. to 8:30, Monday and Tuesday. I really wanted to make that, time frame available because I know a lot of people are busy on the weekends. They have family and all that stuff. And so it is going to be in Murray, Utah. And it's like, I believe it's 4,500 south or 4,300 south or something like that. So not too terribly far to go from there. Anyway, did I cover everything? I'm not sure if I did. Tell me, Tam.
I think so. I want to just kind of go over a little bit in case someone doesn't realize like what it is. For me, this was my experience. So I thought that I could feel energy, and I could feel energy.
Yeah.
But when I went and got my very first level of Reiki, what happened was I had I would say pretty much 10 times the ability to be able to actually feel the energy in my, the vortexes in your hands.
In your hands.
They completely like
opened up.
It was amazing. And there was, I went with my adult daughter and we got our Reiki level 1 the same day. And we were both like, whoa, we did not expect that. No one really told us that that was going to happen. I think that was just because nobody wanted to promise that that was going to be happening or whatever. But I guess that's pretty much like an anticipated thing, that's a given for most people once they go through that. And that was the case for myself. And I did already comment.
I will say that was the case for myself as well.
Mm-hmm. And I already
it's like turning your sensitivities and your nerve endings on heightened awareness so that but you're able to control it more. So it doesn't exhaust you. It doesn't tire you. And you start learning how to manage other people's energy versus your energy. So you don't have these, clashing fields.
Yes, definitely. I did comment this already, but I wanted to just add, I did pay $400 plus a service charge on top of that for my Reiki level 1. And it was just one day, did not include any meals. Our books that we were to purchase were not included. It was on top of that. So the fact that you're doing this for such an affordable price, and it's $144. That includes a catered meal. And also it says the books are included as well.
Yep.
This is going to be held in Salt Lake. And I've already talked to people that are coming from out of state that are coming in who just found out about this today. So if you're from out of state or you're out of the area and you're not sure if this is for you, you guys, she's pretty much made it so that if you do happen to travel in, that it's like your travel costs and your time and all of that, it just makes it so much more manageable, so much more affordable.
Yeah. And I honestly from the time we started doing this, we just want people to understand that we're no different than them. It's just, we have different tools in our toolbox. And this is one that makes it so palatable to feel. And so when I do have people in classes at the conferences, it's so great because what they don't realize is we're actually doing a beginning level 1 Reiki throughout the whole room to unite our energies and bring it together. And so, we do a little bit of that, different hand movements and different things in class to bring that energy together. And then they always leave and they go, oh my gosh, your class was the best class ever because I could feel it. And I'm like, yay. But that's because we open those receptors up. And once you're attuned to that, that really sticks with you. And that's where you understand the intention behind it. You can intentionally feel it and you can really seek out your truth with that information when you can feel it for your own self, if that makes sense.
Right. So I have a few people that are asking what day and time. So I'm just going to go over the specifics in case you haven't clicked on the link because you don't want to miss a word she's saying. That's how I am. I'm always like, if I click on the link, it's going to take me off. So I stay on. So it's March 14th. Reiki level 1 with Kristen Hicks includes a book certificate, which that also doesn't usually come for that affordable of a deal. So that's really great. It includes the meal also, and that's $144. When you click on that link, it's going to give you another link to click on for that one specifically. If you want to do level 1 and level 2 back to back, which is what I would recommend, because a lot of people, kind of put it off, and it's so affordable and it's right there. So you could do level 1 and level 2 back to back like that. And that's only $166. Again, I paid over $400 for each level. In it. So that's 14th and the 15th for level 1. And then level 2 is the next day. And then she also has an option for March 17th, St. Patrick's Day, spiritual profiling with Kristen Hicks. And then if you want to stay, she also has dancing and socializing from 9 to 11 that same day. So the seats are all listed right there, $55 or less, depending on where you're seating.
Yeah, and I actually didn't even touch base on the 17th event yet. But a lot of times people come to the class at the conference, and I always book with you and make sure that I get 2 hours of time, because 1 hour, we just don't get enough time together. And so what I'm gonna do is that night from 5 to 9 p.m. for 4 hours, we are going to do messages from the other side. So if you have loved ones that you want to learn how to connect with, if you want to experience having someone come through for you, how to hear on the other side for yourself, you want to do that for yourself, that is available for the night of the 17th. And then I never get to hang out with anybody after the conference because, one, there's like 1.5 million amazing classes. And so people are running on to the next classes, and there's just never any time. So I want to be able to hang out with you guys and talk with you guys and answer questions on a one-on-one basis afterwards. So we're just going to socialize, get together. I'm a huge fan of country swing, and I fell in love with it over the last month. And so we are going to do that because it is totally high vibe, and it's awesome to process those emotions and then move the body right after to help the emotions move right through you so you don't kind of get bogged down. So that's what we're going to do, is we're going to actually do some emotional release, and then we're going to move the body, put the body into movement. And I don't really care if you can dance or not, because I clearly can't, but I try. And that's all that really matters, because it brings me joy.
I love it. Well, I'm glad that it brings you joy. That's awesome. I'm excited for this. Okay, so Angel says, could you do this as a refresher course if you are already certified? And I'm going to answer that with one thing, and that is that there are literally thousands of different types of Reiki. So even if you've been with Kristen or not, I would say the answer is yes. Kristen, I'm going to go ahead and let you officially respond though.
Yeah, absolutely. There are so many different teachers that instruct in different ways, different Reiki masters that teach in different ways, that have attunements and have learned in different ways. And sometimes people are like, oh, I get it, but it just didn't fully click, or I kind of want to, a refresher on that. And I always say, absolutely, without a doubt, invest in yourself, especially where you're not paying full price. You're paying 60% of, less of the cost. I would say, yes, absolutely do it. And it's just good to get your hands on. If you have questions in the moment, that's the cool thing about, the way that I was created is I can feel the gap in between the energy. And so I can ask you, I can feel in your body what's happening. And so I can ask you questions like, okay, well, do you notice this? Or do you feel this? Or what does this feel like in this body part? And it will help create from the subconscious and what you're feeling there into the conscious mind and bridge that gap. And so that's, kind of the one cool thing that it's a perk I have of being me. Like and I'm grateful for it, because there's been so many people that we've been able to figure out different things, whether it's energetic or medical or physical or emotional. We can just bridge those gaps a little bit easier. So it's pretty awesome. So yes, refresher, long story short, I do it. And I'd love to see you anyway. So.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, and I know for those of you who are in the healthcare field, it's important for you to work with somebody who also has that similar background. So, Kristen, can you talk to us about that a little bit?
Yeah, absolutely. I started at a really, really young age, candy striping in a hospital, and then made it through high school and worked my way up through different med programs to the point where, I ended up being a firefighter and was in the field, working in an ambulance, doing all those things. And so working in a very allopathic field and then also working in a very holistic field, we get to really cross both of those barriers. And actually, I have a lot of friends on the East Coast that work in hospitals, and it is very prominent in the East Coast to have Reiki practitioners actually contracted inside of hospitals as different therapies, just like a respiratory therapist and everything else. So actually what we're doing is we're starting to create a program that we are going to pitch to a lot of hospitals on the West Coast. And my hope is to actually get practitioners certified, as many as I can, for as affordably as I can, and then get those people in hospitals or in nursing homes to provide that palliative care. So it's super, super important. I'm only one person. So if we can make this a ripple effect and you guys can go out and really help heal other people that are really in need, it's never a hands on. You're never placing your hands actually on another person. So it's incredibly safe and it's clean. And, it's amazing what this form of healing can do. So I love it. I love it a lot. And it's something that I've seen work in hospitals. I've been able to actually work on patients as I worked in hospitals and worked in different nursing homes and was in the back of an ambulance. So it's been a tool that I've been able to use on both sides, both allopathically and holistically. So it's a really good thing. And it's just nice when you're in surgery and you can calm a room. It's like, oh, that's much better. So it's just a good thing to have. A totally good thing to have.
That is so awesome. That nothing really makes me feel better than knowing, like my mom has had a lot of surgeries, and just knowing that can be an option for her in the future at a local hospital. I think that's just remarkable. So I'm super excited. I have a few questions that are coming in, but I don't think we have quite enough time to go into all of them because it's time to bring our next speaker on in just a moment here. But I do want to just let you guys know you can reach out to Kristen. Her website is kristenhicks.com. You can definitely connect with her there. She's also very responsive on her Instagram.
Yeah. And you know what? Because I am traveling, if I fully give you permission, you can put my number in the comments.
Oh, okay.
And if you have a question, they can either message me on Messenger or you can just text me on my phone because I will be driving the next 15 hours. So I'll have all the time in the world to get back to y'all. So.
Okay. What's your number, girl?
208.
Okay.
818 9833.
9833. Okay, so if you guys have any specific questions for her, there you go. And Marie's asking, hey, is this video going to be saved? All of our videos that we do on our Facebook Live, you can just go to the videos tab on our Facebook page or our YouTube channel, Hope Haven Events Energy Healing Conference. And then you should be able to find all of them there as well. But thank you so much, Kristen, for bringing in really the allopathic side and the energy medicine, the intuition side of it. All of my friends on the NCCOEP that have a lot of the allopathic background as well, they say that it helps the energy practitioner so much to understand the anatomy and the different features of it. And even so much to the point where, like, when I was really not doing good after a surgery last year and I was doing a FaceTime with you, you were like, I mean, like, just like that, you called it. You knew I was going septic. It was not good. And you were, in my opinion, you saved my life. So I'm really thankful for that level of expertise as well. It's important. So I appreciate you.
Absolutely. I love you.
I love you too.
All right. I'm going to get on the road to y'all so I can come teach. And I can come hang out with you guys this weekend.
Okay. Drive safe. I'll text you later.
All right. Love you.
Love you
Bye,
too.
you guys.
Oh, she's such a babe. Okay, so now I get the wonderful privilege to bring on our next speaker, which is the amazing Leanne King. And we've had Leanne on before. I feel so grateful to have you on today. How are you, my friend?
I'm good. Thank you.
Oh, I'm so glad. Okay, so tell us a little bit more about you, your background, and then also how people can connect with you. I also know that you have a very generous free offer that you are giving to everybody who's viewing today. So I'm going to let you go ahead and talk about that.
All right. So my name is Leanne King. I am a registered Cherokee Native American. I did not know I was Native American for quite a few years until about 15 years ago. And then I was introduced to a woman who actually lived in my town who took me and 6 of my 9 children underneath her wing. And for 6 years, we studied various different tribes, actually, their Native American culture and customs, one of which was the medicine wheel and how it can bring balance and tranquility and health and lots of different things to your life that people don't realize that having that knowledge can bring to you. I'm also a certified iridologist and have been for over 20 some years, like 25 years. I'm a master herbalist. I'm an aromatherapist, certified aromatherapist, and I have my own aromatherapy school to train people to be aromatherapists. And we are now in the process of creating an herbal and aromatherapy combination school program. Now, in my aromatherapy school, I teach what I call aromatic iridology. And aromatic iridology is something that came to me in a dream. And then I'm going to talk about Native American iridology, which that process also came to me in a dream. So aromatic iridology, which I'm giving all of you my free ebook on aromatic iridology. And in a nutshell, what that is how knowing your main eye color type, whether it's blue, brown, or mixed, and different shades of that fall into those three categories. And I teach you how to determine your eye type in the ebook. And with that, you can, one of the biggest problems people have is with essential oils and with herbs is knowing out of this huge variety, hundreds of essential oils and herbs that are out there, which ones will work specifically for me. Because you'll see many times that you'll try an essential oil and then you'll say, hey, if you have a backache, you need to use birch, or you need to use lemongrass, or you need to use cypress. It worked fantastic for me. And you recommend it to a friend and it does not work for them. And you're like, what the heck? And one of the things I want to emphasize is that I am a non-company specific school. So I tell everyone, bring the oils that you love and I'll teach you how to use them. And in a safe, economical, and effective manner. And with aromatic iridology, you will know exactly which essential oils will work gangbusters for you or your friends, family, or customers based on their eye color. So that's what you're getting in the ebook. Now, with the class that I'm teaching, I'm going to be teaching what I call Native American iridology. Now, this is not something that is necessarily been passed down through the generations that I know of in the Native American culture. What happened to me was in traditional iridology, you have these maps of your irises, and they can be very complicated. This is where the liver is. This is where the head is. This is where the feet and the kidneys and all of that. And you have to pretty much memorize this chart, which is basically trying to memorize all your anatomy. The aromatic iridology helps simplify that in that you have specific weaknesses and strengths, not only in your physical body, but emotional, spiritual, and mental body. And then what happened in my dream, the medicine wheel, a medicine wheel that was on the ground with the stones, the 24 different positions. And I know some people do a 36 position, but I'm teaching a 24 position medicine wheel. In my dream, the medicine wheel came up off of the ground and landed on top of a traditional iridology chart. And what that does when you combine those two modalities or practices is it not only helps you know about your which areas of your body may have weaknesses or strengths, and like I said, mental, spiritual, all of that, but then you take into play the practices, the prayers, the modalities, you might say, of smudging, prayer, addressing certain areas of the directions, the 4 directions, the sky, and you may be addressing the keeper of a certain direction in the medicine wheel. Not that we pray to them and think that they are our deities or anything like that. We are just addressing them as our friends. Hey, stone people, I need some help with this. Hey, fish people, I could use some help with this. And when you have the medicine wheel laid over the map of a traditional iridology chart, then you can say, okay, I have, let's say, a liver issue, which if you have a liver issue, just so you know, you're probably a brown-eyed or mixed-eyed person. And so let's say I have a liver issue, then we lay the medicine wheel chart over that, and we say, wow, that falls in underneath area of the, let's say that would be the southeast area of the medicine wheel, and that might be the keeper, the stone people. And with that, you learn that if you have a weakness in your liver, and if that's the weakness of the stone people area, then you know that the stone people are all about being firm and steadfast and having solidarity in your life, you know, and they have been around for eons of time, right? And so you can ask yourself, am I having issues with that? Am I feeling grounded right now? Is that why I am having a liver issue? Or is the liver issue applying to the fact that I don't feel grounded? And not only do we have essential oils that go along with each of the 24 areas, but we also have herbs. We have, like I said, the different people. We call them people, the stone people, the fish people. We also have the different guardians, the elk, the bear, and we have the different directions that represent the earth, the moon, the stars. And then these can represent certain character traits also that you may need to work on. But it will also tell you what your strengths are, which is also super fabulous. We don't want to know everything that's wrong with us. We also want to know what's great going on with us, right? And so that's what I'm going to be teaching in the class. Now, this is actually a full, a full course that I have that you can, find out more about at the end of my class at the Energy Healing Conference. But we are going to cram as much information, and you will receive your 2 different charts so that you can overlay them, and you will be figuring out a lot of things about yourself right during the 45-minute class. You will absolutely be amazed at what you can learn about yourself in that 45 minutes. So I talked about herbs and modalities. We talk about different stones that can have different properties that can assist you to help your body in different phases of your life, and also specific organs and care, like working on courage or patience, working on procrastination, working on being more like-minded, being more community-minded, or maybe you need to step back into some more me time. So, or maybe it is even about your shelter or your home, because there are, in these 24 areas of the medicine wheel, we also address like your life path, your relationships, your relationship with your home, your relationship with your pets, your relationship with your personal health, with exercise. There's 24 different home areas or life areas that fit in there. So let's say that you know about yourself that you're a blue-eyed person. And a blue-eyed person tends to have weaknesses in the lung area, the kidney area, the skin, the adrenals. Those are some of the main areas that a blue-eyed person may have weaknesses in. Their strengths would be their liver, their gallbladder, their digestive system. Those would be more of their strengths. So you know this about yourself, and you lay the medicine wheel chart over the iridology chart, and then you can, once you know, and we will give you a list. We won't go into full detail because that is like a big, full, long course that we have. Or we also do Native American retreats and herbal. And we're actually doing one of those in July that I'll be talking about and inviting you if you would like to attend that, where you're going to distill essential oils and gather them. It's going to be super amazing. And that's going to be in Southern Utah in July 11th through the 15th. And super, super fun. and actually walking the medicine wheel. Great activities to help you really solidify this. But the 45-minute class is going to really, you're going to go home along with our free ebook. You are going to have tools that you could move forward if you are a go-getter and figure out a lot of things about yourself right during that 45 minutes and even after. And so make sure you click on my link and download the ebook. It'd be great if you had that familiar to you before you attended the class, either live or virtually, so that a lot of stuff will be like, yeah, man, I am totally getting this. And so you will get a list of what are the 24 main areas as they are aligned with the medicine wheel, along with what is the main essential oil, the main herb, the main stone, and the main plant that goes along. And then there's colors that go along with each of these areas, so that you can bring these things into your life to help turn your weaknesses into strengths. And so that you can, when your body is sort of like the Titanic, okay, and you have 12 main body systems, and you have 12 main, spiritual bodies. And when you combine all these together, then we have the 24 areas, right? When you do that, what happens is, if you have a weakness, just like with the Titanic, if you have a weakness in 5 or more areas, the bucket starts to overflow, okay, into the other areas. You can be like, hey, I am blue-eyed and I have a liver and gallbladder problem. What's up with that? What is up with that is that something in either the area of the medicine wheel that is more spiritual, soul-driven, or even life-driven could be affecting some of your main weak areas, such as your kidney or your lungs. And they are so over taxed that water starts overflowing to those other buckets, those other air tanks. And then the next thing you know, you have a liver issue or gallbladder issue. And you may be like, oh man, I need to work on my liver because I have a liver problem. Well, if you're a blue-eyed person, that is really just a symptom of the fact that something in the area of the kidneys or the lungs or the adrenals or also the pituitary is being overtaxed. And so instead of going to the symptom of the liver area or the gallbladder area, we're going to want to focus on, and you'll know which one, because when you read, if you're like, oh, the kidneys has to do with the south, and that has to do with bringing new things and sun into my life, and I know that I have a weakness more so in that area than I do, let's say, in the pituitary, which is more to the north of the chart, then you could be like, yeah, it's definitely my kidney area, and I need to work on maybe patience and bringing new things, seeing a new beginning in my life, that kind of thing. So, Tammy, do you have any questions for me?
Hey, here I am. So I do actually. My brother did iridology for 15 plus years. So I have, definitely, had my fair share of exposure to this kind of a thing. How does the approach that you have, differentiate between, other iridologists that are out there?
Simplified is my best thing. This is something that the average person can do on their own, even just after reading the ebook and going through even the 45-minute class. You will be dangerously armed or undangerously armed to know so much about what's going on without having to. I've taken all those extensive classes too to learn traditional iridology. And in everything that I teach, I try to help people become self-sufficient in as short of a time span as possible. And so that is the main difference, is that this is user friendly. This is, you can, and we do not believe in diagnosing or anything like that in this program. This is a self-awareness program. Really in deep in your heart what's going on in your body, or what's going on in your life, or spiritually, or in your environment. And so taking those, you can just sort of go through the list and go, wow, this is really, you can pinpoint what really needs to be focused on in your life without having to have the cameras, and even a magnifying glass does help. And there's apps that you can get on your phone so you can take pictures of your eyes. And I do iridology readings all the time with people over Zoom, and they send me their photographs ahead of time. But I am walking them through the whole process and teaching them and empowering them to be able to do it themselves.
I'm so glad that you went over that, because I've been getting that question. And I've been wondering it myself, and I'm like, I just need to ask her, And I love how there's all of these messages through the body, right? There's all these different maps everywhere, on the ears, on the head, the eyes, the feet, the hands, just everywhere, your tongue even. There's all these maps. There's all these messages. I love that your goal, your mission is.
I'm doing. Yes. And anybody who does any of those modalities can actually take the medicine wheel chart. And then if they know, they can just take the map of the eye and match it up with what they feel. I have a daughter who's a foot zoner, and she can take this list and go, okay, I'm feeling a weakness in this person's, heart or their shoulder. And then she can use it against my medicine wheel chart and give them information that she, couldn't give them before, and give them lots of different suggestions besides just, hey, put this oil on or take this herb. Maybe they need to do something different in their home. Maybe they need to do something different in their life, change their relationships, whatever. And I'm sure that you've seen that with yourself. As we heal our relationships with our spouses, our children, then all of a sudden we have miracles happening in our bodies.
Definitely. It's really interesting. I had a scientist come once. He lives in India half the year, in Colorado the other half of the year. And he has a piece of technology called the biofield viewer. And he had somebody sitting in front, and, he came up and he just put his hand on her shoulder, and he said, how are things going with you and your mom? And she just burst into tears, and they'd never met each other. But because there's different energy signals that's going on in the body, that doesn't mean that it's necessarily like a physical thing that the person needs to eat or take or whatever. So everything that you're saying is just spot on in accordance with that. So yeah, I really appreciate the work that you've done, the sacrifice, the efforts that you've done to put this together. And thank you for being so generous. Lots of people saying, oh my gosh, thank you so much for the ebook. Thank you for the download. This is amazing. Thank you. So kind. Blessed be. Oh, that's so cool. So thank you so much again. And if you're watching this on the replay, this link is still available to you. We put it several times throughout the links in the comments there, so you can grab that. And you'll be at our Logan conference. And are you going to be doing private sessions at your vendor space?
Yes. Thank you for reminding me. So I will have a sign-up sheet. So if you want to get a free iridology reading, it's going to be a short mini one for like only 10 minutes. That's still, normally I charge like $25. Those of you who sign up first, when you get there, I will, and I'm going to make another offer. I will let you, if you are watching virtually on the event that day, if you will message me, however way we decide to, we'll figure that out, how you can message me. And I will also do 25 free virtual iridology readings.
Wow.
If you watched my class. And so you'll have to get the special link. So you'll have to watch my class to be able to figure out how you can do that. And I could probably do around 25 or so readings during the conference, I think. probably during all the different breaks. I'm hoping I can do around 25. And then we will also be having a discount for the online full Native American Iridology course, as well as a huge discount on our retreat that's coming up in July.
That's wonderful. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time. We appreciate you. We'll see you there.
All right. Bye-bye. Thank you so much. Thank you,
Yep.
all of you, for listening.
Yep, definitely. Oh, I love her so much. And those of you who know about my reset blend, Leanne King is the one who created that blend for me. She's a very gifted professional aromatherapist, in addition to her other many skills as well. So I am so excited to bring on my next speaker, who is a dear friend of mine. This is Joy Beck. Hey, girl, how are you?
Great. How are you?
So good. I'm so excited to talk with you today. I did have a few quick little things I wanted to bring out. The first one was that I seriously miss you. It's only been like a week since I've seen you, and I literally miss you. I love you so much. And I know I find myself texting you like, girl, I love you, sending you hearts and stuff.
Yes, I feel the same way.
Oh, and I know that you have this awesome Facebook page where you have so much value, and I'm super picky when I refer people to other people's Facebook pages, but yours is just, I love it. So I'm going to go ahead and put that down in the chat right out of the gate here. And then I'm going to go ahead and also give you a personal endorsement, because I've had now many foot zones personally from you, as well as my team, and they have had wonderful things to say as well. Definitely energy shifting and releasing, and we're so thankful. I'm going to go ahead and turn the time over to you. What would you like to talk about today?
So I thought I'd just talk a little bit about what my class is going to be.
Okay.
And then also some offerings that I'm going to offer up prior to the conference, and then what's going to be offered at the conference.
Cool. So people can actually work with you between now and April 2nd. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and turn the time over to you for that.
Okay, thanks. Hi, everyone. I'm Joy Beck, and always kind of a fun thing to be on and then see all the different people that Tammy brings on. One of the things I wanted to tell you is the last chick that Leanne, I think is her name, that was on the reset oil that I didn't realize till Tammy just said, but the reset oil that she created is amazing. And I use it almost every day. And I have it in my classroom, and I have it in my car, and I have it in my purse. And I share it whenever I can because it is amazing. So if you haven't tried that, make sure you check out Tammy's booth at the next conference and give it a whirl, because it's very effective and very helpful. At least it has been for me. So I wanted to thank Tammy for having me on, and just to tell you a little bit about the class that I'll be teaching in Logan at the conference on April 2nd. I'm so excited to share it. As you might imagine, if you've known me for a hot second, I'm a little bit animated, and it's just kind of how I roll. So first thing I wanted to tell you is that I'm going to choose 4 people that I'm going to give a 30-minute body code session for free. And so hopefully we have the communication, and we've gotten the link to Tammy. So you can enter for a chance to win a free 30-minute body code session from me. And I'm going to choose 1 per week until the conference. So it'll be a total of 4 peeps. And I'm going to wait until like Wednesday evening to choose. And then I'll find out from Tammy where to post the winners, because I want to be able to give time for those peeps that aren't able to get on right now to be able to, if they're interested, to enter in for a chance to win. I'm usually that person that has to watch the replay because it's not always in the evening and I work. I'm a teacher. I've taught, this is my 27th year teaching. And so usually I'm that person that has to rewatch it. And I wanted to offer that up for as many people as who are interested. So it's for a chance to win a free body code session. It's 30 minutes, a regular session. And I'm going to choose for people. And I'll let you know by the end of Wednesday evening. So the other thing I wanted to let you know, and I know it's coming up in about 4 weeks, but I wanted to let you know the offerings that I am going to be offering at the conference. I am offering mini sessions, 15 to 20 minute sessions for both a body code session, as well as a mini zone therapy session. And they're usually, for a 30-minute session, they're usually about $95, and I'm offering them for $40. So just something to look forward to if you're interested. Wanted to tell you just a little bit about myself. I am a mama of 4, and they range from 14 years old to 28 years old. My oldest is married and has have a great daughter-in-law and 2 cute little grandsons. My second son gets married in 2 weeks, so that's exciting, and I'm really excited for my new daughter-in-law. She's pretty amazing. And then I have an 18-year-old who's graduating this in June, and a 14-year-old who's a freshman. So I wanted to tell you just a little bit about how I began with energy work. I grew up on a farm in Aberdeen, Idaho, and we were raised really holistically. Everything natural. In fact, probably so much so that I kind of have a sweet tooth because we didn't have a lot of that growing up. But if we could use a plant or we could use an oil to be able to fix anything or heal anything, that kind of thing, we did. We didn't go to the doctor very much. And so as I learned about that, I used it, of course. And then as I came across information about energy work, it just really made sense to me. And so I always am looking for something to learn and something to be able to add to my toolbox. I'm certified in several modalities. I'm emotion code certified and body code certified. And then I also have the certification from the advanced energy wellness class that I took from Tammy. And so learned some great techniques and some things that have been super helpful for myself in teaching in my classroom and to be able to use with my own children. As well as I offer the harmonic light therapy and foot zoning therapy. So a little bit about body code. Body code is the creation from Dr. Bradley Nelson. And it talks about where there are trapped emotions that get stuck or cause underlying imbalances in our bodies. And if those emotions aren't processed, they do become trapped, and then they can cause disturbances in how we process things, on how our bodies function and work properly. And so the body code, the emotion code system is just based on just the emotions and the emotions that are trapped and how to techniques to be able to release those emotions in a really gentle way. The body code system also talks to your subconscious, and what it does, it kind of goes in addition to the emotions. It also looks and helps us find imbalances in pathogens, nutritional deficiencies, toxicities, structural imbalances, circuitry off balance, like chakras. And what's really cool is when you can find that and you can find out any of those underlying causes, then there's a pretty simple process to be able to release and let go of those imbalances if you're ready to release and let go. And that might sound kind of silly. However, sometimes, and I know I'm guilty of this, sometimes we hang on to things and we might not really think we want to hang on to them, but we do. At least that's been the case for me. So it kind of is helpful to learn how that goes and what comes up. And then when someone is ready to let go and to release and to be able to move forward, then this process that Dr. Bradley Nelson has developed is a really simplistic way to be able to find those underlying imbalances and then release them. So I really like the process because it's simple. I like the process because it takes the emotion part out of me. I just simply, through his process, be able to find where the imbalances are and then how to release them when they're found and if the person is ready. The other thing that I wanted to talk just briefly about is foot zone therapy. And I know there have been other people that have come on and shared a lot of that with you in the last several sessions. But I wanted to just talk just a minute about foot zone therapy. It is kind of like a map. Your feet are a map of your body. And there are natural signals, a signaling system. And through intentional pressure points, you can help restore and balance and bring that homeostasis to your body. And what's really great is because our bodies really do know how to heal themselves, but sometimes we just don't know how to tap into that. And so it helps through foot zone therapy. You can reduce tension and be able to improve your immune system and be able to raise your energy levels as well. I typically have the energy of an Energizer Bunny. So that part's never really too much off for me, but it is always nice to be able to get that balance if our bodies are out of balance. So I did want to just again tell you a little bit about some of the techniques in my class. It's really pretty interactive. I like it that way. Where I've taught for 27 years, I'm really good about keeping the crowd involved. And I'll be able to teach some balancing techniques that you can use at home. I teach my students these techniques. I use them a lot. If I'm wound up or if I'm really dragging, I can be able to do that and just reshift where I'm at and then be able to move forward and not be in that spiral that sometimes we get into. Also to teach some grounding techniques and to be able to teach some breathing techniques. I really do like how breathing can reset your neural pathways. And I'm all about teaching. I can teach you how to do it so that you're not dependent on one person, but if you can teach those, if you can learn those skills, and if my first graders can learn them, you can learn them and be able to utilize them. And then, maybe just remember them or have that reminder when you're in that moment and take a minute to use some of those skills to be able to rebalance and recenter yourself to be able to move forward. What's really cool is I use them in my classroom, and it's fun to see these kids be able to go and just take a breath and get centered, and then we can move forward instead of being in mini crises all the time. So I do like to teach those kinds of things in my class and practice. For those of you that are willing to practice with me, it's kind of fun. And if you're not, that's okay. Everyone's at a different level, but it's fun to do that. But I wanted to just again remind you about my offers. I am going to offer, I'm going to choose 4 peeps. I'll do it by the end of Wednesday evening. And then I'm going to offer from now until April 2nd, 1 a week, where I'll do a free 30-minute body code session with you. And I'll just reach out and we'll do it over the phone and see what comes up and what you're ready to let go of. And the offerings for the conference in Logan, which is, I'm really excited. I taught down in Logan area for 11 years straight, teaching kindergarten. So it's kind of my old stomping grounds. So I'm excited to go back and to visit some friends. But the 2 offerings that I'll be offering at the conference are mini sessions, 15 to 20 minute mini sessions for both a body code session as well as foot zone therapy. So that's what I have.
That is awesome. So again, I just want to make sure you guys know to get in on the contest that she's got going on, that she's going to be doing 4 different winners over the next few days. So if you know somebody that's been wanting to try to do an energy healing modality, or they wanted to try out a body code practitioner and, find the right fit, I would encourage you to tag those friends in the comments or share this video with them so that they have the link at the very least so that they can get in on that, because that's such a generous offering that you've got here. And Joy, how did you come to know about Body Code? How did you come to have the awareness of it? And like, what kind of things have you seen it help people with? I know you can't make any like legal claims or official whatevers, but
Right.
go ahead and tell us a little bit about what you've maybe seen.
Yeah, so I was actually really blessed. I was actually zoning someone's feet when I lived in Pocatello, and she was telling me about this gal she was learning about emotion code, and she's telling me about it, and I'm like, can I like dive bomb your session because I really want to know. Well, it ends up being Rachel Paulson, who is Brad Nelson's niece. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was able to connect with her. I started having sessions with her and was like, I really like this. This works for me. And so I learned how to do that. And he's got a book that's a free book for the emotion code. And just devoured it. And some of the things I really like the fact that for me, one of the things that he talks about is the heart wall, and how we build that protective heart wall to protect our person and protect, how we're feeling and from getting hurt emotionally. And it was way cool because like everyone does something different. It took me 3 months to get my heart wall the first time cleared.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was way cool to do it. And then I've been able to have, I've just been able to help people. Tammy, do you remember when you were really sick and like I busted through some body code stuff? I kind of remember exactly which.
And every single thing that you found that you had messaged me, and we weren't even talking during that. You were just doing it distance wise. You live up in the Idaho Falls area. Here I live in northern Utah area. And then what happened was you sent me in a text, and every single thing that you put down was completely spot on. But I hadn't talked to you about any of that.
No, I had just known that you were sick, and we were actually supposed to have a session, and I was supposed to be the one to have a session.
It was
and
like we swapped.
Yeah, you were so sick. I just had offered if you'd be willing to let me try, because I was still learning and practicing. I'm like, hey, just let me try this. And so I just went through and went through the process of finding out what was off, and then sent it to you. And I was so happy that it was helpful. That's the whole point.
And it's really nice because now that I have seen the validity of your work so much, I feel so confident. Like I'm easily able to give you a very, very good endorsement because you've personally helped me so many times, not just with the foot zone at like different retreats or events that we've done together over the years now, but also just doing energy work, just distance wise even. And you've become such a dear friend. So I'm really thankful for that.
That's the part I love, is the fact that it can be that exchange, and that there's always ways to add value. So
awesome. That's awesome.
Well, thank you.
All right. Well, thank you so much for jumping on. Is there anything else that you'd like to add before we go?
Just if you're interested, make sure you enter. I'm really excited. I decided I'd put one per week and just try that out and see if we can get some people, if they've never known about it, to be able to have that experience prior to the session.
That's awesome. And again, we've added the link down in the comments for you. So all you have to do is look through. I actually added it a few different times just so it'd be really easy for people to be able to find it. You can also copy that link and text it to people as well. If there's people that that you'd like to be able to get that information to them so they can enter into that contest as well.
That'd be great. Thanks so much.
Absolutely. All right. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for being on, Joy, and we'll see you at the conference. I guess.
Thanks.
Okay. Take care. I love her so much. You guys are like in for a treat, whoever wins those contests. I want to go ahead and do the final wrap up of the scholarships and giveaways that I had announced earlier today. One of them was for the oil pack and the Miracles Salve that I'm going to be doing. And Marie Levin was the official winner for that. Marie, make sure you send me your shipping address just over into my Facebook Messenger so that I can ship it out to you. People who don't send me their mailing address, I can't ship it to them. So I'm like, sorry. So make sure you send that to me. I also have one more giveaway that I'm going to be doing, and that is for our Kids Energy course. So if you're on right now and you'd like to be entered into that, maybe just put the word energy down in the comments, and then we'll go ahead and choose a winner based off of the comments that are coming in for that one right there. And I also wanted to let you guys know, while you're entering in for that Kids Energy course, that I also have some dates that I'd like to announce. And you're welcome to go on to our Facebook page or our website to be able to find those. But we have 3 total conferences we'll be doing in the month of April. One is on April 2nd. That's the one we've been talking about tonight. And that will be in Logan, Utah. The next one will be on April 9th, and that's in Idaho Falls, and right there at the Snake River Event Center. And then the last one for April is going to be in St. George, Utah on April 30th. So whether you're close by in Idaho, or you can travel up to Logan, or you want to go get some palm trees and sunshine, you can go down to St. George. Then in June, we'll be meeting in Ogden, Utah at the Golden Spike Event Center, and there we'll be gathering together with thousands of people. That's going to be so exciting. So let's go ahead and choose a winner. Tatiana, I think that's for you, babe. So Tatiana Ramirez Ortiz, girl, you just won the Energy for Kids. So go ahead and message me. We'll get you connected with that. And be sure to watch our email or our Facebook page. In the next day or two, we'll be opening up registrations for our Reiki Connect online summit. Again, the first 100 registrations that come in are going to be completely free. We can only accommodate 100. So I look forward to seeing you guys there. All right. Well, thank you guys so much. We'll see you next time. Bye, everyone.